Hello, thank you so much for joining me today for this how to release. I'm going to be showing you how to release glute minimus and some of those really deep hip rotators. So those guys can be little buggers and lead to a lot of tension and tightness through the sacroiliac joint, through the hips, and sometimes even through the knees, adding to pain and tightness throughout there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here with my foam roller. Now, of course, these are techniques that you definitely want to consult with someone before you start self-diagnosing. So if you have worked with a human movement professional, maybe a physical therapist, a qualified personal trainer, or you have somehow been assessed and told that glute minimus and some of those deep hip rotators are tight, then this is all clear for you to go ahead and attempt here at home. So what you're going to go ahead and do here for glute minimus, it is this upper area right here. So I showed you guys how we release TFL, and it's a great place to start. And TFL and glute minimus tend to go hand in hand with tightness. So we have our TFL set up here. I have my top hip rolling forward. I'm leaning on that front pocket area. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and rotate into glute minimus by taking this top leg, stepping it over and back, and just rotating the body open. Now, bottom leg, the leg you are trying to release, has to stay relaxed. Maybe you find the stretch here with the elbow on the floor. I find I tend to have a little bit better luck if I can get myself up to the hand. I have a little more pressure from my body weight coming down into that hip, but sometimes too much pressure is just that. It's too much pressure, too much body weight. So if you find that you're here, you're tensing, you're tightening up, you definitely want to relieve some of that by coming to the forearm and taking some weight off, or going to a softer surface. So maybe you add a little bit of padding with a rolled up towel, or maybe you attempt this on a softer foam roller. You do not want to start initiating a pain response. If you start exciting those nerves that are associated with pain, the muscle will start tightening up and you're not going to get anywhere with it anyways. All right, so you're here, you're on glute minimus, everything is going well. You're going to scan the muscle forward and back, looking for the area where you get the most response from the muscle. So you're going to feel a little like, wow, right there. That's a little more intense than everything else. You'll stay there and you will hold. What we are doing is we are applying pressure to that muscle, waiting for a release response. That can take 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So you might be here for a little while. You're not going to move. You're just applying pressure. It should start decreasing in intensity, and you're kind of like, wow, that's not so bad anymore. If after 2 minutes it's not decreasing, you definitely want to abandon the technique, reassess. Maybe this isn't your problematic muscle today, or maybe it was just going to release as much as it was going to give today, but not 100%. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you only get just that little bit. They can be stubborn. Now from this position, if you want to roll into some of those deep hip rotators, you'll bring yourself in a position where you're sitting, almost same thing like glute min, except you're rolling deeper underneath the hip. You want to watch for the bottom of the pelvis. So you want to make sure you're not rolling on bone. You don't want to start hurting the bone. You want to make sure that it's soft, squishy. You're in the muscle, allowing that. Again, 30 seconds to 2 minutes to relax. Once you kind of find the area for deep hip rotators, you can roll side to side, up and down, relaxing, finding the spot with the most tension, the most response without pain. Hold for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And then you move on to your next stretch. So hopefully that was helpful here today on explaining how to foam roll release glute minimus and some of those deep hip rotators. I find that glute minimus TFL, deep hip rotators, and vastus lateralis tend to go hand in hand with tightness. Once one of them activates, they all seem to follow. So maybe pair those up with those. Again, you definitely want to consult with a professional before self-diagnosing, but if you have worked with myself or another human movement professional and you just needed a refresher on how to actually get that done, I do hope this was helpful. Make sure to come back here for the next great release video. Make sure you are subscribed so that's easier to do, and I will definitely see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching.